Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Newmarket Racecourse here on Saturday. It is September the 28th, 2019. I'm going to look at the stakes races on the program from Newmarket, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for racecourses around the world. And remember to go check out my Belmont preview for Saturday, the Jockey Cup Gold Cup, which is a very good quality race. So go check that out. It's quality in the horses in it, not by the field size, but go check that out. And also check out my other previews for North America races today. Some excellent British Cup races all across the globe. But we'll look at the stakes races. The first three races on the program, the 150, the 225, and the 3 o'clock. So let's get on to it. The first race, 150, it's the Group 2 Royal Lodge Stakes. Group 2 race for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $160,000. Race for Tyrrell, Colts, and Geldings only. Field of 8 horses going 1,600 meters or a mile on the turf course. My top selection, I'm going to take the 3-horse Kimiko. I'm going to go 381 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 381 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection of 3-horse Kimiko. Tyrrell Colt by Kitten's Joy. Ocean Murphy picks the mount up for Andrew Balding. The horse's most recent outing came 31st of August at Sandown. 7 furlongs in the Group 3 Solario Stakes. And the horse finished second by a nose behind Positive. And the horse just missed. Ran just as good as the winner. Had a great turn of foot. There was nothing to fault about that run. Before that, he ran Sandown again on the 25th of July. 7 furlongs in a Class 4 main race, and he won by a half length, and he was always going well that day. Had a great turn of foot, and he stayed the trip well. It was a very good run. He's a horse, he's going to like the trip as the distance, he's going to like the races as they go longer. He's a kind of horse, he looks like he could be a Derby contender next year. He definitely can win this race here, and like I said, I think he has a great future ahead of him. So let's take him here. Kind of has, with the Kitten's Joy, kind of reminds me a little bit like the other Qatar Racing owned Roaring Lion, but I like him a lot. Like I said, he's going to go get better in the future. He's the kind of horse right now, I would look at his price for the Racing Post Trophy, because I would definitely back him there if the price was nice enough, but he could definitely win here. Let's take him as top selection. Let's go cash for $5. So to recap my selection for the first 150 from Newmarket, it's Group 2 Royal Lodge. Gonna go with the 3-horse Kimiko. We'll go 381 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. The second race, the 225 for Newmarket, it is the Group 1 Cheveley Park Stakes. It's a Group 1 race for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $373,000. Race for Tyrrell fillies only. We have a field of 11 horses going 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the turf course. My top selection, we'll take the 4-horse Living in the Past, something you never want to do. I'm going to go 497 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 497 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection, the 4-horse Living in the Past. Tyrrell filly by Bungle in the Jungle. Daniel Thudhope gets leg up for Carl Burke. The horse hasn't been seen since the 22nd of August. I came at York, 6 furlongs in the Group 3 Lother Stakes, and the horse went by 3 quarters and like that 12-1. He stayed the trip well, had a great turn of foot, and loved every bit of the sprinting trip that day. Can't speak, but it was a very good run. Before that, he ran the Group 3 Princess Margaret Stakes at Ascot, yielding ground 6 furlongs July 27th. The horse finished third by half length. Just wasn't liking the ground that day. He needed that extra turn of foot. His worst races have come on ground where there's a lot of give in the ground. And then before that, Beverly on firm ground, 5 furlongs Class 4 fillies novice, raced horse by 1/2 lengths and did everything right. The best 2 races his horse has had that hope up. He's up again. The ground shouldn't be so soft at 6-1. I think he's a very live shot, so let's take him. I don't trust the lower priced horses here. Mainly the Andre Fabre horse and the Mark Johnston horse, the Tory horse, but I think this Living in the Past has the best shot, so let's take him. So to recap my selection for the second, the 225 from Newmarket's Group 1 Cheveley Park Stakes, let's take the 4-horse Living in the Past. We'll go 497 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. The featured third race now from Newmarket, the 3 o'clock. It's the Group 1 Middle Park Stakes. Group 1 race going for Class 1 horses, going for a purse of $352,000. Race for Tyrrell Colts only. We have a field of 9 horses going 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the turf course. My top selection, I'm going to take the number 5 horse Monarch of Egypt. I'm going to go 514 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 514 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection, the 5 horse Monarch of Egypt. Tyrrell Colt by American Pharaoh. Ryan Moore picks the mount up for Aidan O'Brien. The horse's most recent outing came the 9th of August at the Curragh. 6 furlongs in the Group 1 Keeneland Phoenix Stakes, and the horse finished second by 3/4 length. The winner, who this horse lost to 2 starts in a row, Siskin, just ran a major race. This horse, he was closing up well, probably in the soft ground he didn't like, but he still ran a decent race. Before that, the Curragh 6 furlongs in the Group 2 Gain Railway Stakes. First starts against graded quality horses. He finished second by 2.5 lengths. Again, he stayed the trip well, need that extra turn of it late, but I thought it was a good effort there. And then at Ace in April, 5 furlongs into your main race. The horse won by 2 3/4 lengths at 90 cents a dollar. He did everything right. I'll see dry ground here today. I see a good pace in him, in front of him. At 8-1, I think he get the job done. Ryan Moore and Ian O'Brien have been having a good week so far. They've been finally on the turnaround, mainly Moore, and I think they'll get the job done with this one. So I'll use him. The one horse Earthlight for Godolphin and Andre 5 and Miguel Barcelona is a horse you don't want to throw out. He's a Guineas contender, the UK 2000 Guineas contender for next year. We should get the mile trip with the Chamardal, his offspring has been winning everything in Europe this year, it seems. But the horse won the Prix Mornay very nicely last time out, won the Prix de Cabourg last time out, and then first time against winners at Deauville won very nice. He's a horse, he's been, getting better with every race. He'll definitely get the trip. 2-1, I think he might be overbet here, but if you're going to play the multi-race wagers or the play spot, you want to use him there. But I'm more confident in Monarch of Egypt. Like I said, Ian O'Brien and Ryan Moore have been having a great week so far, and I think they're going to keep the momentum going. But to recap my selection for the third, 3 o'clock for Newmarket's Group 1 Middle Park Stakes, let's take the 5-horse Monarch of Egypt. We'll also talk about the 1-horse Earthlight. We'll go 5-1-4 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. I'm not looking at the 4th race now, the 340, the Cambridgeshire Handicap, because I vote no on this race. I do not like it because, first thing, we have 35 horses here. It's a lot easier to pick a horse, I always say, at Cheltenham when you have a 30-horse field. When you have a 30-horse field over the flat, that's when you start getting to when random results happen. I know the Detorian Gosling won the race last year. I can't remember what the horse. I think that's the only winner I've had in this race in 15 years, or excuse me, 10 years. But I'm not going to give you a tip in this third race, the 4th race, the 340, the Cambridgeshire. I'll watch as a fan, but just not going to look at it. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.